Hopefully, it's out the No Bullshit Science podcast.
With extra bullshit.
I'm Kiri.
And I'm Alice.
And she's Jamelza.
Hey.
Why are you laughing?
Because I tried to say with extra bullshit in a slightly different way, because I actually annoy myself a bit in how I say it, because I always feel like it sounds like I'm saying with extra bullshit. Like, it's really like,
Wait, so
like,
how did you say
I annoy myself. So I tried to be a bit more flat.
But now you probably sound like you can't be fucked to be here.
I think I said it was like, with extra bullshit.
You just
We
sound
can
like,
listen back.
You just sound like you really hate the tagline.
I just wanted to change it up.
But it's a good tagline.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I've done great things for this podcast.
Okay.
I thought of the name.
Okay.
Thought of the tagline.
Modesty.
Thought of the theme.
Yeah.
The content.
Yeah. Well, it is your podcast.
No, it's our podcast, Alice.
Yeah, you say that, but it's not true. Anyway.
On my CV, I have put creator, editor, and host of Layout Podcast. You guys should both put this on your CV.
And overall dictator.
I'm not a dictator. How dare you?
We just keep you in check and stop you from spending loads of money on things we don't need.
But I spent a little bit of money on something we absolutely needed.
Demelza got a new wire.
Okay, it's called an aux extender.
So glam. Jesus, Curie treats you so well, Demelza.
Yeah. Because basically Demelza had to sit really close to us and she didn't like it.
We liked it, but Demelza didn't like it. Because we could see what she was online shopping when she was supposed to be fact-checking. Lol.
Oh, she's actually doing podcast stuff.
Oh,
right now.
well done.
Yeah.
Good girl. What are we going to talk about now?
I don't know. I don't have anything to talk about.
We normally discuss this in advance.
Do you have anything to talk about?
Had prawns and pork.
It was great.
It was so tasty.
Such a good
We were like,
combination.
we'd be on a page and be like, oh, let's get some of those things. Prawn and pork? Yeah, prawn and pork. Oh, and look, these ones are fried. Prawn and pork? Yeah, cool. Prawn and pork. It was so good.
If there's anything the Chinese have done right, it's the prawn and pork combination.
Oh, yeah. Very tasty.
And the Vietnamese do it a lot.
No one else is... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
True. And they had cool toilets, but everybody kept going down to the toilet and being like, oh, Alice, you have to go down and check out the toilet so you can like select all these different functions and like heat the toilet seat and heat the water and make it like
Okay.
squirt.
Okay, hang on. The toilet seats were already heated, and you don't heat the water.
Could you not heat the water?
I don't. Well, maybe.
Well, anyway, I wouldn't know because
Basically-
both times I went down, I went into the Dud toilets, which didn't have the cool control panel on the side. So I just got a regular crap old toilet.
Every time I went to the toilet twice while I was there, and every time I cleaned my bumhole with some water that shot out the toilet. I didn't even poo.
Lucky
I just
you.
cleaned my bumhole.
Just because you could.
Yeah.
Just because you could.
And the seat was so toasty. It was very nice.
So if anybody wants to go to Din Tai Fung for dim sum, do, but really go for the toilets.
Yes. The second cubicle in the ladies is a toilet that works.
Don't go into the first or the last. They're the done.
I literally told Alice which toilet to go into as well, and she didn't.
Yeah, and my sister was with us as well, and she was like, oh yeah, I went down to the cool toilets. No, never made it. Sad times.
It's okay.
It's fine, I'll just have to go back.
Yeah. Should we bring our guest in? Because he's like really struggling to hold it
He's
together.
gonna die. He's gonna explode from laughter.
So we've got another repeat guest on this week.
Try not to sound so excited.
So some of our old listeners may remember him because this was quite. I haven't introduced you yet. This was quite a memorable episode in which we actually had to cut it short.
I think it was probably more memorable for us than it was for the listeners. I was confused. I was like, what's Curie doing? There's so much more left of the paper. And she was like, well, that's all we've got time for, folks. Goodbye.
No, the listeners will remember because while editing, I recorded a disclaimer and added it onto the end, saying I'm really sorry.
Lol.
Yeah.
Sorry for you never got to hear her. You never got to hear what happened in the end.
Yeah. Do you know what? We should
Callum
have
was
actually
too
done that.
pissed.
We should have done that paper.
Oh,
Yeah.
we could have.
Oh well. So our guest. So last time he brought an entire bottle of vodka and an entire bottle of whiskey.
And only told us at the end the vodka was actually meant for us.
Yep, and in that time he drank 3/4 of a bottle of whiskey to himself. But this week he's only brought 3 beers.
Well done, Callum. On the road to recovery.
It's Callum!
Woo!
Or will Willem be making an appearance?
No, we will
No, we discussed this in advance.
Yeah.
Willem died.
Willem passed
Oh,
away.
no!
Yeah, his water buffalo kicked him in the head.
It's a risky pet.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
You
you for
don't
having me and Alice on your podcast, Curie. Really nice to
You're
meet
very
you.
welcome.
Thanks.
You
yeah.
should come
thanks,
back.
Thanks.
Alice is welcome back anytime. You're on the fence.
Okay, we'll see how this goes.
So I don't know if I told you. So Callum actually, nearly every time we saw each other since that podcast, he'd be like, "So can I come back?" And every time.
Oh, not easy.
Callum had such a good time. He can't even remember what a good time he had.
Yeah, it wasn't memorable for me, that episode. No,
But did you want to come back to like redeem yourself, or did you think you had a good time?
The way I remember it, and every time we see each other, is I would apologise profusely.
Yeah, I've heard the
Yeah.
apologies a few times. Yeah.
And then afterwards you'd be like, "So can I come back?" And then I was like, "No, you're still blacklisted." And then we got desperate for guests.
We did, yeah.
And so here I am.
And so here you are.
Yeah.
But actually, you are a great guest, so you're welcome back
thanks.
anytime.
Yeah.
Well, let's judge your behaviour.
Yeah,
first.
we
Yeah,
see how it goes.
let's not count our chickens before they've hatched.
That's a good idiom.
It's-
Or metaphor. Is that a metaphor or an idiom?
I don't know what an idiom is.
It's an idiom. Oh,
An
it's a
idiom.
good idiom.
Thanks. So, how have you been since we've last seen you?
It's been a hard
On the
road.
podcast.
Yeah. Oh, the podcast.
On the podcast.
Yeah. It's been a hard road.
Hard road.
Yeah.
Willem died
He did so much happening. Willem died.
Really?
The water buffalo we had to put down.
because he killed.
It's a dangerous animal.
Because he killed Willem.
There was just a water buffalo in a house.
Yeah.
It got out. Obviously.
So our water buffalo is now classed the same as like a pit bull. Dangerous pet.
Yeah.
You have to have
a little bit more.
You have to have a muzzle on your water buffalo.
But I feel like maybe there's been less water buffalo attacks on their owners compared to
Exactly.
pit bulls.
Let's really look at the statistics here.
This is outrageously
Actually, no,
unfair against water buffalo.
Actually, no, because 100%
Hashtag-
of water buffalo owners have been killed by water buffaloes. So maybe we shouldn't do that.
Okay, that's right. That's a good stat.
Yeah.
And is that within the UK or worldwide?
Willem was currently, when it happened, he was in Nairobi, so I really couldn't tell you.
For all our
Okay.
listeners right now who are extremely confused, if you go back to the episode, you can.
What episode is that? I meant to look this up earlier on.
Demelza was on it.
Demelza.
Uh,
Okay, so that was one big thing that changed in your life. Has anything else changed in your life? Have you changed place of work?
Episode 9.
Yes.
Episode 9, if you want to hear all about Willem before he died.
Just and also
Disclaimer, he's not a real
I was
person.
going to say. I was literally just about to say that.
Just in case you think we're ripping the piss out of a legit person's death.
I was
No.
literally going to say, but just in case you're alarmed, this isn't a real human.
Okay, so once we've gotten that out of the way, Callum was about to tell us about his new job.
Well, it's not much different to my old one.
Okay.
I just work a little bit closer to home
Okay.
in a pub near.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
You sound really like you don't care.
No.
That's fine.
I do, I asked, so I care.
Yeah, so you're gonna shut up and listen.
There you go.
Nothing else right now.
Okay, fine. Okay. Is this the end of the podcast? Well, before we had this conversation and I insulted Callum, he expressed interest actually in taking over the podcast.
Oh yeah.
What?
He's going to present this one.
Oh.
Like, I'm not. No.
He's going to teach us science.
I made it clear that I'm not going to just do that.
Oh,
'Cause
teach
it-
me something.
No, it's okay.
Go on.
No, it's alright.
Go on.
I said before,
No,
I'm not
he'd
gonna...
outshine us. He's too modest.
Exactly.
Teach me
I'm
some
too
science.
modest. Stars. Do you actually think stars are real? Really?
What are they?
They're just holes poked into the container
Wait, hang on. Is the Earth round?
so we can breathe.
Is the Earth round?
It could be a donut shape for all I know.
Great, cool.
Wait, hang
so
on,
the
hang
sky is a container with some air holes.
Yeah.
Wait, so who poked the Earth?
How do we breathe? The people outside.
How do they breathe?
Through their air holes.
We're like a set of Russian dolls of containers with air holes.
I see.
Like a science project.
Wow, you're teaching me so much right now.
So I'm less of a scientist and a bit more of a philosopher.
Fair.
Do you know what though? Do you reckon there's people out there that actually believe this?
Oh, God, yeah.
100%.
Oh,
right?
God, yeah. I watched the
Yeah, I
start
do.
of that documentary.
Shut up, Callum.
Don't bring me on your podcast and then I give you some of my amazing insights to the world and you just rip me and say, oh, it's not real.
I've never said that.
It may or may not be true. Allegedly.
Have you watched the Flat Earthers documentary on Netflix?
No.
Beyond the Curve. Oh,
No.
it's excellent.
No, he didn't
like
watch
it's
it because he's actually in it.
Beyond the Curve. I love that.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
That's a good point. I like it. Yeah.
It's very enjoyable.
It is, yeah.
You actually end up feeling kind of bad for the people. I sympathised
Because
with
they're
them.
so stupid.
There's one woman on it that's really inappropriately sexual in everything that she says.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
talking about the fact that the earth is flat, but it's all really sexual and she really creeps me out.
Is she the one who thinks everyone fancies her?
Maybe the like kind of glam, pale, red hair one.
Yeah.
She freaks me out. Couldn't watch her. Okay, so
Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about.
what?
Surviving R. Kelly.
Oh, go on. You love
Okay,
talking about this.
I
She
literally
loves
have
talking about
not
this.
stopped talking
Have you
about
watched
this.
this?
I haven't, no.
No,
So
neither
it's
have I.
recently come on Netflix in the UK because I was really sad that I couldn't watch it. And oh my...
You were really sad that you couldn't watch a paedophile documentary.
Oh my god, it's crazy. Like, R. Kelly, if you're listening.
We do get some downloads
Big fan of the music.
Listen,
from the general area of his house.
listen, Robert.
Robert.
That's his name.
Oh god.
Robert Kelly. You're fucked. You have some serious issues. You need to sort your head out because holy shit, you are fucked up.
Look, he's just eccentric. He's an artist, alright?
Do you know what's the craziest thing about it? Well, no, not the craziest. The whole thing is just insane. But his older brother. Oh, listen, yeah, you. I can't remember what his name is. Clarence? No. What's his older brother's name? It begins with a C.
Claude.
Clive.
Carrie?
Is that the older one?
I don't know.
Bruce. Bruce Kelly. Listen, it's just
Yes, because Bruce begins with a C.
it's one letter before in the
Oh,
alphabet.
right, whatever.
Bruce Kelly, you are also fucked. Although I'm kind of a bit more scared of you because you're actually in prison and
What
now I
did
wonder
he
what
do?
you're like. So there's this interview near the beginning where he's basically saying he doesn't understand why it's so wrong. Liking teenagers is just a preference.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
One of those guys.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
of those.
Love is love.
Oh.
Age is just a number.
It's just a number.
Wasn't there? There was a political party. There was a paedophile political party.
Melsa.
Demelza, we're doing the podcast.
Did you just
Demelza.
play R. Kelly on our podcast?
Yeah, turn that shit up, fam.
Actually, it may have been. I don't know.
Yeah, but have you
It's
seen,
an advert.
like, was it coming out of the closet?
Trapped in the Closet.
Yeah, Trapped in the Closet. It's like 20.
Trapped in the Closet is excellent.
It's brilliant.
What is it?
It's an album that R. Kelly did, which basically is telling a story of him cheating on a woman and then a midget's involved.
There's so many plot twists.
It's
so
just
many plot
crazy.
twists.
It's so weird.
And it's an album,
Yeah.
so it's all songs.
It's all on
Yeah,
YouTube.
it's
Interesting.
I mean, I don't support watching R. Kelly, but you should kind of watch Trapped in the Closet.
Yeah, like,
Right.
yeah. Just remember he does pee on children.
14-year-old girls.
I think I won't watch that. Thanks.
Anyway, just putting it out there, if you want to watch a crazy documentary, watch Surviving R. Kelly because it's just it's insane. Right,
Um.
shall I go into
So
science
yeah, should we talk about some science? So we have a nice,
now? Do you know what? We haven't.
nice concise paper for you here today.
Oh,
because
Can I
that's
just
great.
say?
I was worried we wouldn't get that far.
Excuse
so
me.
I took some measures.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Demelza hasn't had to warn us about timings at all yet.
That is because
She
that's
forgot.
out of choice.
She
No,
forgot. No,
because I
she
thought
forgot.
I'll leave it go over just because the paper's going to be so short.
Ah, okay.
So I thought
Smart.
give you a little bit more leeway.
So basically, the reason I chose a short paper today was because Callum will probably get drunk and not make it till the end.
And why you're going first?
No,
Or is it
we're
just
only
one
doing
paper?
one.
There's only one. We've
Right,
changed format
right.
since you've last been here.
Oh.
Lots has changed with us too.
Okay.
Here at Lay It Out. So now we only have one paper.
This is a much more digestible format.
Lovely.
Yeah. And the episodes aren't 2 hours long.
Starving.
Yeah.
I'm hungry for knowledge.
Oh, great. Fantastic. So,
I
I'll
want to
go.
learn some more about the stars.
I'll dive straight in. Okay. So we are letting Callum present the podcast then.
Go on.
Okay. Let's just do my nice quick short paper and then we'll give Callum time to teach us more about the container with the air holes. Carrie, you're like, we tell the guests not to make weird mouth noises and you're like
Sorry.
giving birth to your bottle. Like,
What?
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, that looked weird.
Continue.
Okay. Very like, anyway. Okay. So, I'll start. I haven't done a paper in ages. I
Okay.
can't remember the last time I did a paper.
Okay.
No, I was just like, what do I do? Okay, so the title. Oh, it's a short.
Alice, just get on the fucking paper.
It's a
Fuck's
short
sake.
communication. Okay, so it's called cannabidiol reduces cigarette consumption in tobacco smokers.
That's
Thoughts?
not the full title.
Preliminary findings.
Thank you.
Cannabidiol
Yeah.
sounds like cannabis.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. So, cannabidiol is CBD, or better known as CBD.
Yeah.
What? Why are you laughing?
I didn't know that.
What? Oh my god,
Yeah.
Demelza didn't know something.
Cannabidiol. Oh, Demelza.
This is a rare occurrence.
This is, yeah, wow. Wow. Wow, guys. Okay, back to the paper. So, cannabidiol is CBD. Have you heard of CBD
I
before?
have. It's one of the oils that is in cannabis.
Yeah, there
It's
you
very
go.
trendy these
Very
days.
A
trendy.
lot of vape pens have this.
Do you know, when I was reading this paper earlier on, I was wondering, do they do CBD for vapes?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Is it directly, like, I mean,
Actual
intentionally
CBD?
for vapes? Because I would have thought that would have been, like, illegal.
Well, isn't that...
No, CBD is not legal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
But...
legal.
Is it
'Cause it's not-
HTC?
THC.
HTC's a phone.
Well
Damn it,
done,
yes.
Callum.
Ah,
You were almost there.
nearly.
Almost.
Damn.
Well, isn't like the whole CBD weed vapes in America what they think is causing everyone to die?
Just,
I don't
just
think
vaping in
it's
general
not
in America.
CBD.
Yeah.
CBD, it's just
No,
vaping.
it's the weed thing.
I think it's...
They've linked it to a weed oil.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought it was just
I thought it was just
vaping.
plain old vaping.
Yeah.
I think they've linked it to weed oil that's been bought like illegally and stuff, or not illegally, but like not through legit suppliers.
I don't know if it's weed, but I think I do.
It
know.
is an oil, right?
It's an oil. I think it's was people were making their own cartridges, and I think that might have been. But I could be wrong. Demelza.
Demelza's on the case.
Okay, so while Demelza's on the case, yeah, CBD. It's an oil. It's legal. It doesn't have any what would you call it? Psychoactive.
Hallucinogenic.
Like it has no. They actually have the word for it here.
Psychoactive.
Psychoactive. It's not psychoactive. So like if you were to just have CBD, you don't get high.
Right.
But it has other effects.
Like what?
So it is known for being antipsychotic
Pain relief.
and anxiolytic, which basically means like anti-anxiety,
Pain relief.
for pain relief,
For sleep.
for sleep.
So, like, all of the arguments for why the NHS should legalise marijuana as, like, a...
Medicinal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for whatever.
Is it involved in that?
Yeah, I mean, it is sort of these sorts of symptoms that they like. But I
We
mean,
should have brought Dom on to
that's
just
also
fact check.
like a big.
Is Dom a pothead?
He's he's our previous guest, but he's doing his PhD in
Weed.
CBD and its effects on people with
Psychosis.
psychosis.
Cool.
Yeah.
He got us to get high for him for 200 quid.
That was the guy.
Yeah.
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 Have his number.
Did I tell you? Did I tell you I saw their TV show?
No.
I didn't even realize it was on. I just was flicking around in the evening,
Yeah.
and it just came on the TV. And then the next thing there was, what's the Swedish guy called again?
Abdul.
Oh my God, no, Curie.
Ooh, news.
What's the news?
I found the thing for you.
Yeah.
And?
Basically, like, shit vapes that had various toxic things in.
Okay.
Okay, so not specifically weed.
Oh no, they were, I think a lot of them were weed
Weed.
pens, but like,
Yeah. Yeah. So interesting that you mentioned the vapes because that's kind of like what they did here. But this paper was from 2013. So maybe this was like the kind of, maybe the vaping companies got a bit of an idea from this or something. I don't know. Anyway. So basically what they did was, so CBD is a compound in weed.
Mm-hmm.
And basically how weed works in your body is you've got a system called the endocannabinoid system.
Of course.
So if you just think about it as like little receptors like all over the place, I don't know exactly where they are. I'm guessing they're in your brain, probably other places too, maybe.
I think they are in other tissues as well.
Yeah, because pain relief, they'd be probably a bit more localized.
I did a module during my undergrad on cannabinoids.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's cannabinoids everywhere, and your body makes like molecules and things that in your body will go around and will interact with the like link to the receptors and like do various different things. But obviously they do not make you high because your body makes them and they have a function.
Yes.
So weed
Yeah.
Weed is an external molecule that you introduce into your system, and it kind of like hijacks these receptors, and then because it has like its own properties, makes you high and does crazy things to you.
Gotcha.
So what THC does, it also binds to these receptors. So there's lots of different types of receptors. So some of the receptors that CBD interacts with, one of them is called cannabinoid 1 and one of them is called cannabinoid 2. We're going to call them CB1 and CB2. So these are the receptors that are in your body.
Okay.
So what CBD does is it antagonizes CB1 and CB2. So it basically switches them off.
What switches them off?
Explain what antagonizes.
I know what antagonizes mean, that's fine.
Switches
Okay.
off.
What switches them off?
CBD.
CBD switches what off?
The receptors.
CB1.
Oh, CB1 and CB2 are the receptors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And CBD switches them off.
Do you want a diagram?
Oh, yay!
Almost.
Let's do a diagram.
Whiteboard.
Does anyone have a pen?
So what does CB1 and CB2, what does
Yeah.
CB stand for? Is that...
Cannabinoid. So it's
Oh,
just like a
right.
cannabinoid receptor.
Gotcha.
So they obviously were like, not feeling very creative that day, because sometimes scientists name things like Sonic Hedgehog 2
I couldn't
and things
remember
like this. There is something called SH2. What is it?
It's SHH.
SHH.
Yeah, and it's just on a hedgehog.
Right. Anyway. So yeah, sometimes they name things all these crazy names, but this day, this scientist was obviously really lazy and was just like, we're going to call this cannabinoid 1 and cannabinoid 2.
Hey, a simple, I can remember
Straightforward,
that. Yeah, to the
chronological.
point. No mucking about.
Does the job. Yes?
You still don't have Instagram, do you?
No.
Okay.
Oh, Callum. Very hipster of you.
I'm from day one,
Oh,
no social media, except from Facebook.
How good is this?
that's a good picture.
Oh, let's see. Oh, I look smart.
Okay, so back to the paper. So yeah, what CBD, so CB1 and CB2 would be in your body, and they would have like functions in your body
Yeah.
to do with molecules that you might produce in your body, but also other things that you introduce. So things like cigarette smoke might interact with these receptors as
course.
well. So basically what they found was that the cannabinoid system, the endocannabinoid system in your body, we're going back to the system.
Yeah, that's
So
fine, I'm there.
The system is all the receptors put together.
I see it. CB1, 2, through to 1,000.
To 100, yeah. So what they found was that this system is involved in what they call reward and reinforcement.
Cool.
So it's basically like if you have something, for instance, a cigarette, the reason you get addicted is because you've got these systems in your brain that are signaling to say, oh, it's giving you a pleasurable response. So it's like a reward.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to have that again. So you have another cigarette and you get that response again. So the endocannabinoid system is involved in that. So then they found that CBD switches off the CB1 receptor and the CB2 receptor. So they were like, oh, maybe this might help people who
Don't get the feeling of
are
feeling
trying
good.
to stop smoking. Well done. So, yeah, basically because they mentioned in the intro, there basically was this drug called Rimonabant. And it was a CB1 antagonist. So it also switched off CB1. And they actually gave this in a few... Oh my god.
I'm okay. Sorry, I hurt myself.
What were you doing?
My shoe, I couldn't get my shoe back on. So I was pulling my shoe on and then my finger flipped out my shoe and hit the bottom of the chair. But like right on the chair and it really hurt. Sorry.
Are you okay?
Do you want to go to hospital?
I mean, there is one right down the road. I might need to. I think I'm going to lose the finger. Or just the tip.
Okay, you go on to the hospital. We'll just finish the podcast and then we'll come and see if you're okay.
Sorry. Continue.
Okay. So back to Rimonabant. So this is a drug that also switches off CB1.
Where's that drug?
What's
that drug in anything, or is it just a...
So basically what happened was they did a few trials where they gave it to people that wanted to quit smoking. And then they tested it in loads of different trials. And then they did something called a systematic review where they brought together all the trials and like pooled them together to see what happened if you did that. Because that's more powerful than all the individual studies.
Can you
And
smoke it? Like, how was, or do you just like take it?
The drug?
Yeah.
So hang on, I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay,
you
sorry.
just take it. So you take a dose of it, like a tablet. It's like
Right.
20 milligrams. They found that if you take 20 milligrams of it, it can increase the chances of quitting nicotine by 1.5 times. So you'd be like 1.5 times more likely to be able to quit smoking if you took this drug. But, plot twist, the drug had to be withdrawn because it was giving people increased depression and suicide.
Oh God.
Right.
So this is the issue
No bueno.
with
Wait, 'cause it's
drugs.
like-
You
that
can't smoke
target
if you're dead.
brain. No.
Probably want to take that out.
We're gonna keep that in.
We'll probably keep that in.
Okay.
So basically,
Testing the
it's
water.
like, oh, let's shut off your reward system.
Yeah.
And now you're getting so little reward,
Yeah.
you're like, fuck this, might as well die.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it does. It just
Yeah.
shuts off the reward
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
But so then they had to get rid of Ramona Band. But then they realised that CBD does something similar, but not the exact same thing.
Okay.
Sorry, the name of the drug makes me laugh. I don't know why.
I might be
Ramona Band.
pronouncing it wrong.
I just, in my head, it's like someone saying that someone called Ramona has pants.
That's a really shit joke.
I know, that's why I didn't say it, and I just laughed quietly to myself.
Ramona would have a better joke for it.
Yeah, but you distracted everyone in
What
the
did you
process.
say?
I said Ramona would have a better joke for it.
Yeah. That was also a bad
She's
joke.
got pants.
That was a very bad joke.
Thanks.
Thanks for
It was a good
entertaining
joke.
the joke.
I'm surrounded by people with terrible jokes right now.
You
Go on,
tell a
Alice,
joke
give
then.
us one.
You tell a joke.
It's queen of comedy over here.
No, I'm just funny.
Have I told you my new favourite joke?
No.
Knock knock.
Who's
Oh no, sorry, I got it wrong.
Oh Christ. Go
Okay,
again.
why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
To knock on the idiot's door.
Oh, you done this one to me the other day.
I don't get it.
Wait.
Okay, well, let me do it to Callum then. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
To knock on the idiot's door. Knock knock.
Who's that?
You're an idiot.
You're the idiot.
Oh,
Oh
all right.
Christ.
Why did the bacon have to wash his hands?
Why?
Because he needed a poo.
The baker.
Oh!
It sounded like you said. Sorry, can I just say? It sounded like you said, "Why did the bacon have to wash his hands?"
Yeah, that's. Oh no, wait, hang on.
Oh.
You
Okay,
fucked
now.
that, Colin.
Okay, wait, hang on. I actually got the joke now. I get the joke.
So that was my joke. It's a good one though.
Okay. So,
Anyway.
tell me what you remember so far.
Do you know what? I've been sitting here like the past 5 seconds. I've been like, hang on, wait. So why did the bacon? Why did the bacon wash his hands? I don't get it. I don't get it. But it's Baker. Okay.
Okay. So Callum was just telling us what he knows so far about CBD and the CB1 receptor.
So CBD is a compound which is found in marijuana.
Yeah.
And it can go to all of our little CB1s and CB2s.
Yeah.
And it basically hijacks
Yeah.
the reward system. It makes us feel rewarded, even though it's not, or whatever it makes us feel. I don't know. I never got high.
Right.
So
So anyway, as I was
I
saying,
mean, we know that's not true.
you're not wrong, but you're not right either. So
I'll take it.
you kind of got there. Basically, smoking and other things like that you get addicted to are the things that kind of would hijack the system
Yeah.
and then give you really powerful reward responses.
So what? CBD isn't addictive.
So no.
Oh,
So it can actually help with addiction.
right.
So what they've done, this is a study where they're trying to demonstrate that. So CBD has lots of kind of calming effects, but one of the things it does is it just switches off these receptors. So if you're smoking tobacco and you're getting all this reward response going on, and then maybe you have an puff of CBD, it might, in theory, dampen the reward response so you won't be as addicted to it.
Right.
It might make it easier for you to lose the addiction. So what they did in this paper was they recruited 24 healthy individuals who smoked at least 10 cigarettes a day or more, and they split them into 2 groups, and they also needed to be people that wished to stop smoking. So they recruited people who were smoking but they would quite like to quit.
Yeah.
So then they split them into 2 groups of 12, and they gave one of them an inhaler that had CBD in it, and another one an inhaler that was just a blank. So so the CBD was dissolved in 5% alcohol. So then the blank just had the alcohol. So they would have both tasted the same, I imagine, because I don't think CBD has a taste. Was that?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No. So they. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
So anyway, They then brought them in, got them to do some questionnaires and things, and then they sent them home with the inhalers, and they said to them, okay, for the next week, anytime you feel like smoking, use this inhaler and try not to smoke.
Wait, this is dumb.
Why?
Because one of the things that's meant to help you cut down on your smoking is something to sort your oral fixation.
But it's just a puff. Like, it's one puff. It's like an inhaler.
Okay.
And they were coached on how to use it properly so they get maximum CBD.
Okay.
Anyway, so then they texted them every day and got them to send back how many cigarettes they'd had and if they had used the inhaler.
But also, people trying to quit smoking are very good at lying.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
are they accurate?
So this is preliminary findings, just saying.
Why would they lie about this though?
Yeah, it's true. Well, you're taking part.
But then they'll be like, just don't lie, because what's the point? Surely.
You know, you need to be careful with this in studies because sometimes people can think, oh, well, if I do something...
Alice, that burp stinks.
Nice.
No. It's the garlic.
That's not my fault, it was a recipe.
Okay. I'll cut this out.
Ooh.
I almost got away with that.
You did.
And then you had to fucking...
I'm sorry.
Just because you like burping in people's faces. I can't even remember where I was in the paper now.
The inhaler. We were talking about
Texting.
lying and.
Oh yeah, they got texted every day.
Yeah.
Oh, just find your face.
It's fine now. It's gone.
Okay, so they texted them every day to make sure they were using the inhalers. Oh, we were talking about lying.
Yeah.
Why would
Yes.
they lie?
No, we weren't.
To be fair, people generally do tend to be quite good if they know it's for a study.
Yeah, but you don't know that though.
No.
Like,
it's
this
true.
is the issue I have.
Yeah.
I'm like, nobody's telling the truth. None of them make the snacks.
Why would they not know? It was a study.
No, they would know it's a study, but they might not know that like there's no consequence for not doing it.
People don't like failing.
Yeah.
Or
Or like
doing
telling
something
you,
wrong.
or like letting people down, I think is another thing.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to let people down.
Yeah.
Unless you're like really no, what's the word?
Nihilistic.
Masochistic.
Sadist.
Sadist.
Sadistic.
One of those that likes making people sad.
Sadistic. Sadist.
Sadistic.
Yeah.
There you go.
Masochist is when you enjoy harming yourself.
Is
Or
it?
someone else harmed
Yeah.
you.
Sadism and masochism. Oh, okay. Yeah, not that one. No, wrong. Okay. Back to the paper. So, yeah, send them off for a week and then they brought them back in and they found that after a week of smoking, of trying to stop smoking but having the inhaler puffy things, in the placebo group, which is the ones that just got the alcohol inhaler, the amount that they smoked didn't change significantly at all. They smoked the same before and during that week because obviously, or in theory, actually, no, cut all that out. So, I don't like being honest. Tomas's hair looked cool there. So yeah, and then they looked at the group that had the CBD inhaler. So if they felt like smoking,
Yeah.
they had to take the inhaler, and they found that they smoked 40% less cigarettes
Cool.
than at the previous week when they didn't have the inhaler.
So they end up smoking like 6 a day.
Yeah,
That's quite good.
yeah,
That's a big improvement.
Yeah.
Really good.
and
And sorry, how long was the test for?
it was only a week. Yeah. But this was a preliminary finding, so assuming that they all went on and published another paper, a bigger one and a bit more detailed to see what they found. But obviously this finding was quite, like, it was 40% is a big difference.
Yeah.
Like, in science, that's huge. So yeah, and then they also found that they followed them up for another 2 weeks after they stopped with the little inhaler things, and they saw that there was still a slight decrease in the amount they smoked in the group that had the CBD in comparison to the group
So
that
wait,
didn't.
sorry, they stopped using the CBD?
Yeah,
But it still went down?
yeah.
Oh, that is...
Didn't go down more,
But
probably
just
went up a little bit,
little-
but didn't reach the amount
Oh, it went
before.
up?
I'd be skeptical as to whether that's a lasting effect of the CBD, or it's just the case that they've now got used to smoking
Yeah.
6 a day, so they've just carried on.
Yeah, but
Well, I
that in
thought you
itself
said
would be a
they-
good thing.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but like the way you've said it is suggesting that they're saying that because they were on the CBD.
They actually dropped. That's what I thought you said.
No, that because they're on the
Well, it dropped
CBD,
further.
they're like better at staying off it than the non-CBD people. But is it not just that these people are now used to smoking less and realise they don't need to smoke 10 versus the control people who didn't actually drop that much and therefore...
Yeah, but that's still down to the CBD at the end of the day.
No, I know what you mean. Like, yeah, they're getting them to stop, but I don't... Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Demel's is not listening.
It's just like...
So after they stopped the test...
Yeah.
Sorry.
They stopped having the CBD.
Yeah, and then after they stopped, they were still smoking, but
Yeah.
the people that were on the CBD originally,
Mm-hmm.
they stayed where they were.
No. They probably went... Actually, let me just check that.
So, no, it increased a little bit, but it was still less than at the beginning.
Yeah.
So you say, like you said, initially they were smoking 10 a day,
Yeah.
and they went down to 6 a day.
Because of the CBD.
Because it's,
No.
well, in theory, because we think because of the
Yeah.
CBD.
Wait, because look, if you look at this graph...
Which nobody can see because it's an audio platform.
Okay, shut up. Basically...
If you focus your attention on the
So, okay, there's a bar graph of pre, post, and follow up, right?
Uh-huh.
The placebo people, their follow up is less than the post. So the control people, okay, fine. Let's say the control people have stayed pretty steady. The CBD people, it does drop a lot, but then by the follow up, they're smoking more than the placebo people. So what I'm saying is, saying that they're still smoking less in the beginning isn't something to do with the CBD. It's the fact that they are now used to smoking less because they cut down.
Yeah.
But the initial, they've gone down a lot more could be because of the CBD. But I don't think their follow up, saying that their follow up is less than the pre, is because of the CBD. I don't think that's
Well,
right.
it probably is. Because of the CBD. Like, if
So
I want
what's
a
it
fan,
because of then?
Because they've just cut down. Like I'm not. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
they've cut down because
Yeah.
they don't need
They're
to smoke
smoking,
10 anymore.
they're
just
smoking
6.
less because
Yeah.
they've cut down through the study. It's not necessarily the fact that there's this lingering effect of CBD that's stopping them from smoking.
Yeah, I don't think they said that. They just said
Oh,
that it persisted.
that's what you said. That's what you said.
Wait, what are
made
you
it-
saying then? So you're saying it's not because of the CBD?
No, I'm saying that.
Well, they've no way of maybe that's the way I worded it.
Yeah, I
but I
think
knew
so.
that wasn't what I was saying because they didn't actually measure CBD in their blood or anything. So
Okay, I think then
they
that's
weren't
the way you
saying
said it.
that. Okay, apologies.
Yeah, it's okay. Apology accepted.
No, I'm confused.
Don't worry, we've sorted it out.
I thought I got it.
No, so the way I heard it, right? I'm putting the blame on me. The way I heard it was that the CBD people were still smoking less at the follow-up compared to the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Because of the CBD.
Yeah.
But what I meant is I don't think it's that there's a lingering effect of the CBD after the intervention.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well,
yeah.
it might be.
There might
But
be.
I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all
right,
on the
cool,
same
we're
page
there.
now.
We got it.
Yeah. Okay.
That was
Great.
painful.
Damn.
It was just all a miscommunication all around. This is why communication is very important, people.
And that's the end.
Well, I really want a cigarette now. After all of that talk.
We never even discussed the fact that you smoke.
Yeah.
So now are you going to go and get yourself a CBD inhaler so you can quit?
How much does it cost? Is it free on the NHS?
I doubt it.
Well, then not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't want to you don't want to stop, do you?
Wasn't there discussions about bringing vapes onto the NHS to help people quit
I
smoking?
don't know.
Surely not.
But
Now that
after
people
all
are
this
dying.
thingy in America, yeah, I wouldn't have thought so.
I mean, I'm sure that's put a stop to it, but I feel like there was something.
I think it was like, oh yeah, it's a healthier alternative.
Yeah, or maybe it's that it's been added to something that doctors can recommend.
Yeah.
What, for quitting smoking or
Yeah.
for anything?
For quitting smoking.
That's awful.
Oh, it's not my fault you did that.
My hair looks 2 different colours.
It is.
And my
different
finger
colours.
doesn't look like it's attached to my body.
Do you know what it is, right? So, like, you know when you flip someone off, if you just let your other finger stay halfway up, it looks normal. If you pull your other fingers all the way down, it looks really fucking weird. Like, your middle finger looks really, like, long.
I always think that looks weird. doing it like
This,
with
I
every-
think this looks way more normal.
I can't actually do that.
It depends how much I mean it. Like, this is my only finger I'm showing you. But if it's like that, it's like, oh, fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and now Callum really wants to smoke, so mission accomplished. I'm helping the world quit smoking.
What did you think of the paper?
I thought it was pretty cool.
What are your final thoughts and opinions?
I'd like to smoke some CBD or inhale it.
You don't really smoke CBD?
No, I'll take it. I don't know, however the correct word is.
Oh wait, when in the study we had, we inhaled it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you could.
It was an oil, though, wasn't it?
Okay.
Can you like rub
Oh
it?
no, it was
into
actual
your skin?
weed,
Yeah,
wasn't
you
it?
can. My sister bought CBD drops that they marketed to her on the internet as if you rub them into your stomach, they'll help your period pain.
Oh, for
I was
fuck's
like,
sake, Kate.
no, Kate.
Yeah,
no.
but did it work?
No.
I know people who swear by CBD oil, helping them sleep. And
Are these
helping
like the
a lot
holistic
with,
people?
No. And helping with joint pain and stuff, or like recovery after a workout.
They also don't wear shoes.
And they believe in grounding. No,
They
but
don't
like,
wash.
but if you look at
They
these,
have dreadlocks.
Shut up! Let me finish my story. If you look up, if you try to buy CBD products that are actual CBD, it's fucking expensive. It's like 200 quid for a
What
small
did
bottle
Dom
of
tell
oil.
us that it has to be above a certain amount?
I can't remember.
I can't remember what the amount was, but it was quite high. He said that what you buy in like the Whole Food shops and stuff is like a tenth of what
It should be.
is tested in trials.
Or it's like therapeutic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mm.
So yeah.
So what do you think could be like the future implications from the finding of this study?
Go on, Callum.
CBD
Yeah.
Yeah.
could be good
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Trying to stop you quitting lots of things.
There you
Or,
go.
Yeah, just
Yeah, because actually they did mention that there was a few animal studies where they looked at CBD in animal models of heroin addiction, cocaine addiction, and amphetamine addiction.
And it's good. It works.
Yeah, it helped.
I mean, if it's something to do with your actual reward system in your brain, it makes sense that it would work.
Yeah,
when
and then
it
they
comes to
also
something
said
like
that
heroin, though, isn't because people go like cold turkey if they don't have heroin. Is that because of something an imbalance in their brain, or does heroin actually have like an effect on
heroin
system?
like hijacks your physiology as well, I think.
Yeah.
Not
like,
just receptors. So like
yeah.
it's dangerous to
Yeah.
come off
Yeah,
heroin.
you're like slowly come off heroin, or
Yeah.
they will. When you start withdrawing, they'll give you a different drug. I think it begins with an S. I can't remember what it's called.
Isn't that just morphine?
No, there's an actual withdrawal.
Methadone.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
methamphetamine?
What's the drug that they use to help with addiction withdrawal?
For heroin.
The heroin.
Yeah.
Methadone.
Is it methadone?
Or methadone. I get them mixed up.
Methadone clinics. I don't know.
But do you know what I find interesting about this?
Yeah.
Is because I think, Demelza, correct me if I'm wrong, find the facts if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that when it comes to your like pleasure receptors and the parts of your brain that's activated between like opiates and cigarettes, I'm pretty sure they're different because and it's so part of the reason why a lot of rehab centers allow their patients to still smoke is because one, it'll be dangerous altogether on their mental health and their recovery to just quit everything, including smoking. But also cigarettes trigger a different part of or activate a different part of your brain with addiction compared to opiates and other hard drugs.
Okay.
So it's interesting that the CBD works in smoking and then with the animals in like opiates and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it could be a different mechanism.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the same.
Yeah.
And so what they said here, another reason why CBD would be a good potential treatment for addiction is because of the fact that it has also an anxiolytic properties. So as I said before, it reduces anxiety, and anxiety is a key symptom of withdrawal. So they were saying it could like kind of be hitting two birds at one stone.
It's also a big reason why people smoke.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-smoke in anxious situations. Cool.
Yes, very short paper today. Not much findings,
Hey.
but I was worried.
No, but listen.
We wouldn't have the attention
That's
of
got
our guests.
potential.
No,
That has got
stop.
potential.
Hang on. Don't shit on them. We know how much work it takes to do a human trial.
Oh yeah. But this is just the preliminary findings. There's probably a lot more work
Yeah.
that could be detailed.
Yeah.
But I was in a rush and I couldn't didn't have time to find the subsequent papers. But this one was nice, and I thought that you'd enjoy it, being a smoker. So
I did understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
How long have we been recording for now?
Sorry, I've got so many.
25 minutes.
15 minutes.
Oh, we're over. Excellent.
Over time.
That was 35 minutes for the paper.
Oh.
So how long in total do we have?
You're up to 58 minutes.
Oh, grand.
perfect.
Cool.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Yeah. That was really quick.
Time
actually.
flies.
Wow.
That was
When
really
you're having
quick.
fun.
Okay.
We did talk a lot of shite at the start.
We did.
There's going to be a lot of bits necessary to be cut out there.
We
I'd
talked
say.
a lot of shit in the middle as well.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
This whole thing was we just chat shit.
I feel like I didn't chat that much as well. That much shit.
I actually think you might be
I could
right.
have put a lot more in there.
Apart from your little nugget of info at the start.
Oh,
about
yeah,
the,
tell us some
the
more
stars.
science.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I can't think of any actually. Off the top of my head.
Oh,
I'm a bit stale.
Oh, no.
If I think of one,
He's run out of science facts. It's okay.
Tell
Don't
us
worry.
about giraffes.
they're not real either.
Why aren't giraffes real?
Well, it could just be a deer.
No.
Yeah.
A really tall deer.
Here's a question.
Fucking giraffe.
If you had to ride a giraffe...
Yeah.
Wait, have I said this on the podcast before?
I don't know.
If you had to ride a giraffe, where would you ride it?
Oh, okay. So what she means is, would you like sit on its back? Would
Oh,
would
not
you
where would I ride it to? Like, where is my destination?
Yeah.
Where
She
would-
did ask this
Right.
question before, and it confused people then because she doesn't phrase it well.
Do you mean how would you ride
Would you
it?
like
Yeah.
monkey climb onto its neck and like hang around there?
Does it have a saddle?
No.
Right, that makes it difficult.
You could make a saddle with the materials available.
Am I in Africa?
You're in the jungle, yeah.
They don't
good
live in
old-
the jungle.
The good old jungle.
You're in the safari.
Yeah.
They live in the
You don't know where they live.
the plains. What's
The
it
wild
called?
plains of Africa.
Yeah, they don't live in the jungle.
That's where they live. So you've got some grass, maybe a few pieces of wood.
A watering hole.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Global warming.
Thank.
But I mean, that's probably not real.
I mean,
Does global warming happen in the container?
is global warming real?
Does it happen?
Where in the container?
In the container.
Well, it depends where it is.
With the air holes.
Well, it depends how many air holes you have.
Okay.
So,
so maybe if the people outside the container are feeling a bit pissed off that day, they'll block off some of our air holes, and then that causes global warming.
we don't mean that much to the people outside. We're
No.
just like a science experiment.
We are,
Okay,
yeah.
like a-
Oh my god, it's a simulation.
We're a
Yeah.
petri dish.
yeah. Well, not really. No, I mean it's real. It could be a simulation. Shit.
Have you have you actually heard some of the simulation theories?
I've seen Rick and Morty season 2 episode 3.
Some of them are actually quite convincing.
So. Like
What
go on.
movie is it that at the end they zoom out and they're on a speck?
And it was all a dream.
Guys, I need to go to the toilet.
Can we
That's
end it
carry
before
on.
you go to the toilet?
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
So it's been
So
fun.
I would quickly just for the giraffe.
What? Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. What? Giraffe?
I would. So where would I ride it?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Between
on,
its ears.
On its head, yeah, between its ears.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
That's
Yeah.
probably where I'd go to.
Really?
get the-
Giraffes'
view.
necks are so strong.
You're making
Just
that
in
up.
my head.
No,
if I'm
I
like,
know through experience.
Well, they are, because you know when they fight and they're like
Yeah.
whacking
Because
their
he's
necks
ridden a
together.
giraffe
Yeah.
before.
Okay, hang on. No, that's stupid.
This whole conversation is stupid. Let's go, okay.
You would
and our
obviously ri-
sponsor.
You ride it on its back, don't you?
You would obviously ride the giraffe at the base of its neck.
Ah,
That's where the boring
Rubbish.
people
Right.
would ride
rubbish.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where the basic
Yeah.
bitches.
Alice, with your anxiety levels, you would not be able to handle being on top of a giraffe's head.
Well, I'd be on a giraffe, so I might as well just make the anxiety go further.
Why do you think I smoke?
You can't smoke near a giraffe's head.
Why not?
They're already endangered species, and now you're going to give it lung cancer.
Okay,
Ah.
so Patch, if you would like to sponsor us, that'd be great. Mob Kitchen, I don't have your cookbook, so if you want to send them to me, I'll take them. We're going to tag you in our Instagram. I mean, I don't think we've shouted out Viennetta in a while.
I forgot
They
about them.
they could sponsor us too, and I think that's enough. 3 is enough for one podcast. I
Yeah,
think
can I go to
so.
the toilet now?
Yep, so if you'd like to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, you can do so on @LaidOutPodcast.
You can email us on layoutpodcast@gmail.com. Whatever you're listening to us on, please rate us 5 stars, leave us a review. I know we've got loads of new listeners now from the Facebook group Neuroscience News and Research. If you've managed to stick it out this long, which, to be honest, I don't blame you if you haven't. Welcome.
You sound like you're about to throw up.
No, I was mid-burp, sorry. And I can tell my burp's going to smell as well.
Oh, no.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Let's just start the podcast now.
Okay.
Wait, I'm eating.
It's fine. You're not allowed to talk for the first 15 minutes, remember? 5, 10, 5, 5.
5,
Okay.
5,
10.
25. And then 5. I don't know why I'm fine.
Are you okay?
It's gonna be one of those episodes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, why are we going backwards?
I don't
today?
know.
I don't know. Anyway, come.
Count 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bless you.